Hey guys, how's it going? It's Epic, and today we're doing an experiment on FIFA 17 where we take out all the most expensive players. What if every single player with a true real value of 15 million or more was taken out of the Premier League? I've gone to transfermarket.com and I've taken out everyone on that website that's 15 million or more in the Premier League. I look at the values of those players and it seems fairly realistic. Not based on what they actually go for, but what they should be worth and what clubs should be paying for those players. So Lukaku's not worth like 90 million. I think he's worth about 54, which I think that's quite realistic. So every single season you see Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool, all these sort of teams, Man City, every single season one of them will probably win it. Yeah, Leicester won it a couple of years ago. They had a great season, but really, you always get one of these top teams winning it. And back in the old days, back a long time ago, go back 50 years, let's say, or not even 50 years, less than that, you have a different team winning it every year. It wouldn't just be the same team dominating. You could be winning the league one year and getting relegated the next. It's all about, you know, it was all even. You had a lot of even sort of matches and it was much more exciting. Nowadays, you know, there's certain teams that get there every season and it's a little bit boring. So hopefully with this experiment we'll see some different teams winning things, maybe different teams winning the FA Cup, the EFL Cup, the Premier League, and hopefully this could be quite an entertaining, quite an interesting, quite a varied experiment. So first of all, we're going to go through the teams. So as I've said, I've taken out every player worth 15 million or more. So let's go through every single team. But before you do that, before we go through that, please hit that subscribe button, be a subscriber, be a supporter of this channel, as well as commenting your favourite player in the Premier League right now. Who is your favourite player right now in this new season? I want to know from every single one of you watching this video, and also leave a like. So let's start. Arsenal, okay, they've got Cazorla because he's actually not worth that much anymore. Mertesacker, but he's pretty slow. And Bournemouth, I actually took no one out of this team. No one is worth 15 million or more. And I think Burnley, I think I took one player out maybe. And look at that. Chelsea got 60 rated Sterling, 68 rated Loftus-Cheek. Again, Crystal Palace, not that great, but quite decent actually. It's okay. Davies in there, 68 rated. Williams as well. Hull City, just awful. Leicester, let's look at Vardy up there. Very, very nice. And Drinkwater with Ojo, Wilson, okay. Iheanacho is still in there. I haven't got any transfers. I've made transfers, so Rooney's still in there and Ibrahimovic is still in there. But it's just to make it easier for me to make this video. Look at that, Negredo. They've got there's some decent players here, but there's no one outstanding that just like, wow, he's really, really good. Shawcross in there. Pickford, he's good keeper. Swansea have got, you know, Llorente, Monte. They've got some decent players. You know, Watford again, they could win the league. Any one of these teams could win this league, I think. Bar few. Few teams are quite poor, but yeah, West Ham. Okay, so in the first season then, Stoke are winning the Premier League. How is that happened? Stoke actually top of the Premier League after playing 19 games. And then the OP team in career mode, Crystal Palace, they're second. 1 point behind Stoke City with Watford in third. Like, who would imagine? Who would write this? Who would bet on these three teams being the top three? Who would do that? Stoke, Crystal Palace, and Watford. Liverpool, fourth. Yeah, that's quite realistic to say. Yeah, third, fourth. That's probably where they're going to end up this season anyway. Man United and Arsenal, fifth and sixth. Hull's doing quite well. Everton, 8th. West Brom, 9th. Swansea doing better than Chelsea, 11th. Man City, 15th. Spurs, 16th. West Ham struggling a little bit as well. And the three relegation teams, right, so far in the first half of the season are Middlesbrough, Southampton, and Leicester City. Could Leicester be relegated? Oh, maybe Vardy can save them. Let's see what happens then. So we go further into the season now. We've finished the season and we're going to look at the top scorers. Iwobi gets top scorer with only 14 goals. What is he playing at, mate? But then you've got Shaqiri, the Stoke player, getting 13. What you'd expect a Stoke player to really get high up, as they are winning the league. Diouf there getting 9th place, and Manchester United getting quite a few players in there as well. So, not that many goals, really. I was expecting a few more, I'm not going to lie. In the assists then, and, you know, because Cazorla's up there, probably the highest rated player in the whole team, but I think he's not very valuable according to the transfer market, so that's why he's in the experiment. Young Manchester United player there, 9 assists, joining Cazorla. Jupe again playing very well, got 9th did he in his top scorers, now getting 3rd in the assist. A powerful, strong striker that he is, doing very, very well. Players like Masona, some of the younger players now are starting to come through because there's no one else really competing with them. They're still quite good at their age, but you haven't got these world-class players destroying them every season. So they get to have more of a chance, they get to develop more, maybe for the future squads, maybe for England, some of the future young English players can sort of, you know, come through and shine if you got rid of some of these players. Okay, then looking at clean sheets then, and look at that, Mandanda. Now, would you expect Mandanda to be top of clean sheets? No, you wouldn't. You get rid of De Gea, Courtois, maybe, and that's what's happened here. Bravo, 2nd place, Butland, 3rd place, Heaton for Watford. So he must have moved in the January transfer window, because I didn't change any transfers at all. I didn't change any of the players apart from removing players from the Premier League. Begovic makes up the 5th spot. According to yellow cards then, Martins Indy gets 1st place, Torre 2nd, Fosu Mensah 3rd. So nothing too special there, I'd have to say. But for red cards, you've got Davies, Zabaleta, you know, a few players there. 3-2-2, Whelan also getting 2 as well. So not that aggressive, but actually it's quite aggressive, I say, yeah. Not that aggressive, but still, there's still quite a few bad challenges going in, even without these top players. There's no skillful players there. Oh, there are skillful, but no incredibly skillful players. So really, there should be less fouls, but there isn't. Interesting. Now on the transfers then, so you've got. I'm going to show you all the top ones, all the ones that are kind of important. I'll try to just show ones over 10 million, but I haven't done this time. We've got Foster there going to Liverpool from West Ham, 8 million. Sane going to Leicester. They need another good player because otherwise they'll be relegated based on the first league table we saw. Lindelof from Benfica to West Ham for 13.5 million. Some more transfers here. Sung Young goes to Southampton from Swansea for 7 million. Mateus to West Brom for 6.5 million pounds. And look now at the cup. So Southampton winning it with Sunderland in the final. Man City only in the quarters. Arsenal lose to Man City in the round of 16. Everton don't do too poorly either. Chelsea, quarter-finals. The top teams, the best they can ever do is get to the quarters. Teams like Newcastle, Middlesbrough, they're in there. Sunderland and Southampton, they're actually in the semi-finals. I mean, yeah, they could get there, but more often than not, you get a top team in there like Arsenal, Chelsea. But this time, it's changed just a little bit. In the EFL Cup then, Man City, they are doing very well. They actually managed to win a domestic cup, even though most of their players are just gone. Like, they're one of the teams that lost a lot of players, as they seem to spend so much money. Stoke City, who were first at the start of, or half through the season, they got to the final. They only lost on penalties, so unlucky for Stoke City. Chelsea got to the quarters again. Manchester United got to round 16. Liverpool got to round 16, lost to Manchester City, who won the tournament. Okay, now European football in the Champions Cup then, and it's not looking good for the English clubs. I can see Man City in there, round of 16, but I can't really see anybody else. What is going on? Where are you? But because all the players have lost, the standards dropped, and now it's just really hard. They've got to really focus on transfers now and rebuild their squad to ever have a chance of doing well in Europe. I mean, we can't even do well with the skillful players, with the good players, with the expensive players, so how can they do well without them? Not very. That is the answer. In the Europa League then, Manchester United, they lose in the round 16 to Villarreal, and other than that, I can't see any other English. Well, oh no, I can. I see Southampton in there actually. Southampton got to quarters and again lost to the same team Manchester United lost to. And other than that, that's it. No other English clubs in there. Okay. Okay then, Stoke have won the league. Stoke City, they win the league. How have Stoke City managed to go and win the league? 65 points, 38 games played. They've won 18 games. That's pretty impressive for Stoke City. Then you've got Crystal Palace and Watford. The top three from the first half of the season have managed to stay there all for the rest of the season. Manchester United, my favourite team, they're getting 4th place. Manchester City, Arsenal, then Chelsea, not bad. Spurs in 12th, Liverpool just above them in 11th. And Leicester have survived relegation. Good on them. Okay, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Okay, Southampton then. They're in there with relegation. They've pretty much just swapped with Leicester there. You're now in 20th. Sunderland and Burnley in there. So the team that wins the FA Cup gets relegated. How interesting is that? That's pretty interesting, isn't it? And now, in their second season, Arsenal, they're winning the league. This is slightly more realistic. Spurs, 4th place. Leicester, 5th place. Liverpool, 6th. Man City, 7th. Going down Stoke City. Like I said at the start, you get things changing a lot. You get a bit more of an even league. So you could win the league one year and be struggling with the next. And that's what Stoke are finding. They're not really struggling too much. But comparing themselves to last season, they are very different. They're not doing as well and not performing at their best. Aston Villa 11th. Some of the championship teams from last season, they're managing to compete. Newcastle 12th. They're actually doing okay. They're not doing too poorly, even because they're going up against teams that are more on their level, but they haven't got these world-class players that are just dominated every time. Then Norwich, Middlesbrough and Hull in the relegation. Norwich having a very, very poor time down there. Okay, top scorers then. Welbeck, not bad, 17. A bit of an upgrade to 14 from Iwobi last season. Lanzini getting 17 and Markovic also getting 17. He's all the highest rated player gets 15. Not bad for a camp, to be honest. And Kent's from Liverpool, whoever that is, I don't know who he is, but he's getting 13 as well, with Vardy only getting 14. Assists then. Alright, 11, not bad. That's higher than last season. I think was it 9 last season? I'm pretty sure it was 9. Iwobi gets himself 9 as well. Doesn't score as many goals, but gets more assists. Not bad. Okay, form getting 10 clean sheets, with Czech getting 9. Valdez 9 as well. Quite a few goalkeepers on 9. Hamid getting 9. A lot of players that you don't really see very often. Johnston getting 9. So yeah, you're getting a lot more interesting, different players here doing quite well, performing very, very well. Jakob, 10 yellow cards. Peters, 8. Quite a few on 8s here. A few on 7, a few on 6 and 5. A bit worse than last season, but not by that much. And the red cards got 3 on 2 and none on 3 this time. Valencia, Jakob and Livermore all getting 2. The big transfers then. Who has been moving around? Thorgan Hazard. Eden Hazard's brother is now going to the Premier League. Okay, would he ever do that with Hazard being there, the real Eden Hazard? Would he ever do that? Competing against his brother? Or maybe in the same team if he ever moves to Chelsea. Then Kovalenko to Manchester City. Good transfer. I don't know who he is, but he's 22. Maybe he's going to be a world-class player in the future for Manchester City. Alright, then you've got Leicester, Bayern and Makisimovic. You've got Cedric moving from Southampton to Manchester City. Good stuff. Sunderland, Salkazari. And you've got Gabriel moving from Arsenal to Barcelona. I don't think he's that good. I did not rate him that highly, but he's gone to Barcelona. Barcelona obviously rate him quite highly. Now, Stoke win the FA Cup. Maybe they're not doing that well in the league so far, in the first half of the season, but they've managed to win the FA Cup 2-1 against Liverpool. Oh, okay, so Liverpool, bit unlucky there, losing 2-1. Man City get to the semis, Chelsea lose to Stoke 3-0 in the round of 16. Okay, Arsenal struggling, and Manchester United nowhere to be seen. Okay, in the EFL Cup then, the same scoreline, and Stoke win it again. 2-1 against Leicester City. How is this happening? They've won both domestic cups. They're dominating the cups, but have they dominated the league? We'll find that out a bit later in the video. Yeah, so overall, no real top teams that I can see in that. Leicester and Stoke, probably the best two actually, there at the moment. Alright, in the Champions Cup then, Champions League. And where are the English teams? Well, I can't see any of them. Maybe I'm just going blind, but I can't see any English teams in the round of 16. And for Europa League then, you got Man City getting around 16 for that. But that's it, I think. I'm pretty sure that's it. So we're not getting much success in Europe, are we, with the worst teams, as you'd probably expect. In the final league table then, it's getting more realistic now in Season 2. There's been a few more transfers. As you can see, Man City, they've still got the money. They can still buy the players from now on, but they've just been cut off from those players, at least from the start. And now Arsenal win the league. Liverpool, second place. West Ham United, 3rd place, not bad. And then you got Crystal Palace, again, they're just so OP in this game, 5th place, above Chelsea in 6th, Stoke do 7th place, so worse than last season, but not too bad. They've recovered a little bit, they've gone from 10th to 7th. Manchester United, 10th place, much worse than last season. Leicester avoid relegation, again, good stuff. Going down to the bottom now then, let's look at the bottom, and you can see that Aston Villa there, Hull City there, Norwich are there. They're getting relegated, and Norwich were probably going to get relegated from having 8 points in 19 games. They did better in the second half, but not good enough. Okay then, so in the 3rd season then, Swansea are top of the league. Swansea are top of the league, 46 points. Okay, not bad, 14 wins, and overall doing very, very good. Well, Watford there, Watford 2nd place, Man City's 3rd place. Newcastle in 4th place. You would not expect Newcastle to be in 4th place. Yeah, they've got a bit of money, they've got a good team, they've got a good stadium, but still, like, would you expect them to be 4th place after only a short period of time? They got promoted in the 1st season, they haven't got relegated once, so they've only had a few seasons really, and they've managed to get up there quite quickly. Spurs, United, 7th, 8th, Liverpool, 9th, Arsenal only 11th, Stoke again, who won it in the 1st season, struggling. Arsenal won it in the 2nd season, struggling. Leicester down in relegation once again. Chelsea 15th place. Oh my, that is pretty poor from then. Now the transfers. Newcastle, they sell Thorvin to Dortmund, 20.5 million. He always seems to go for quite a lot in this game. You always see that. Pereira going to Barcelona. I would not have expected that transfer. And Leicester City buying Boo, I don't know how you pronounce that, but he's a 29-year-old striker from Racing Club for 14.5 million. Maybe that will help him not get relegated. As you can already see as well, I'm now managing Bradford City. That's because I got sacked. So now that I've got sacked, well, I can't show you as much of the stuff I wanted to show you before, but don't worry, I'll do the best I possibly can. Okay then, Castells, the goalkeeper, goes from Wolfsburg to Manchester City for 14.5 million. And that's it. And then, wow, okay, Man City, you're having an absolute shopping spree. Look, you've got Reed from West Ham, you've bought Jimi Hendrix, the guitarist, for 24-year-olds. It must be his son or something, I don't know. But he's Manchester City player now, and he's 11 million. And then you got Martinez, the Cam, also 11 million. Wow, okay. Manchester United win the FA Cup finally. A team you'd expect to win it from real life wins it in this. Crystal Palace 2-1. They lose by a goal. Oh, unlucky. Chelsea out in the quarters. Everton out in the quarters. Stoke out in round 16. Arsenal and Liverpool, they play each other, and then Arsenal lose and Liverpool lose to Sunderland in the quarterfinals. How exciting is that? Okay, in the EFL Cup then, Leicester, they win. Oh, they win the EFL Cup. They won the Premier League a few years ago. Now they've won it now. And I think they've still got potential. In the future, I think Leicester will do okay. I think they can rebuild themselves and do quite well in the future. And I think eventually, in the next 5 years, they'll be getting very close to top 4. I just have a vision for it. Arsenal losing the semi-final. Okay, interesting. There's a lot of teams here that are quite average. There's not many really top teams here. Spurs and Arsenal are the ones that stand out for me, with Leicester doing very, very well. In the Champions League, and again, I only see Liverpool here. So there's only one team. I think there's only ever been one team get anywhere in the Champions League from England. In the Europa League, Arsenal. Okay, this is the best any English team has done in any of these European competitions. They lose to Napoli. They always seem to lose some point. They never seem to win it, do they? They never win it. They're always in the top 4, but they never actually do anything. They're always struggling. Anyone else in this tournament from the English league? I don't think so. And that is going to be it for that season. Okay, actually no. The final league table. Swansea win the league with Manchester City 7 points behind. Watford 3rd, Liverpool 4th, Arsenal 5th, and Chelsea 9th. Newcastle doing quite well, 7th place. Spurs down 11th, Manchester United 14th, Leicester City, they've done quite well so far this season, winning the EFL Cup and coming 13th, not bad. And the bottom of the table now, oh no, actually the first half of the next season then, Look at that. So Swansea, they win the league. After half a season, in the next season, after half a season, they come 19th place. What? I mean, yeah, I kind of messed this one up a little bit. Everyone's played 18 games, apart from Chelsea and Aston Villa. But it doesn't matter. They've actually somehow come 19th place now after 18 games. And, oh wow, look at that, Burnley. 2 points. They've lost 16 games. Yeah, I know Burnley are a top side, but I didn't think they'd be that bad. What are they doing right down there? Okay, the only kind of big transfer that's worth any money from any club in this league is Ndiaye, who went from Osman Luspo, whatever, I don't know how to pronounce that, for £12 million. Okay, then Stoke win another tournament. 1-0 against Arsenal. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. Chelsea on penalties lose to Arsenal in the quarter-finals. Manchester United lose to Hull. Imagine that, Hull beating Manchester United. That's never going to happen, is it? Never going to happen. In the EFL Cup then, Chelsea, they beat Manchester United 2-1 to win it. Okay, that's more of a real-life, realistic final. You'd expect those two teams to be in the EFL Cup. But with the players being removed, things have been much more interesting over the years. Who else has been doing poorly in this then? Spurs in the round of 16. Watford get to the semis, not bad. And so do I think Cardiff there. Get to the semis, not bad. Man City in the quarters. Overall, it's not too bad actually. That was actually quite an interesting one. Quite a good one. Okay then, in the Champions League then, Man City losing the round of 16. And that is going to be it for the English clubs. Man City, I think, overall, are probably done the best in the Champions League. They've been there, I think, twice now. In the Europa League, though, and I'm not seeing many English teams in this one. Arsenal did well last year, but they did not. No one's doing well this year from the English League. In the final league table, then, Chelsea, they win the league like they did in real life last season, and I dominated it. They did get, I think, 93 points last year. Incredible. But Man City second, Arsenal third. Oh yeah, that's just more realistic, isn't it? So that's a realistic top three, and Manchester United making the fourth spot again. Realistic. Stoke up there, Leicester up there in sixth. Liverpool and Spurs not too far behind. This is when it starts to get more realistic. I think I'll do one more season to see if it stays like that. But you got teams in the bottom. That's definitely more realistic there. The bottom, so Burnley. So they definitely struggled. They really struggled. They had 2 points after 18 games, and now 20 games later, they've only made 12 more points. So they've been really struggling. Oh, okay then. Okay, let's have a look at the transfers then. So Middlesbrough, they buy a Wigan Athletic player, James, and that is literally the most expensive Premier League transfer. Wow. That is it. No one is doing much shopping right now. They've all spent all the money. They've got no money in their credit cards anymore, and now they're having to not buy anyone. Okay. Liverpool, they beat Chelsea 5-4 on penalties in the FA Cup. Good for them. Manchester United, Man City. Look, that is more realistic now. Come on. Liverpool, Manchester United, Man City and Chelsea in the semi-final of the FA Cup. That's what you'd usually see anyway, and it's now becoming really boring. Okay then, Arsenal, they win 2-0 in the EFL Cup against West Brom. Good stuff there. Moving on a bit further in the Champions League, Arsenal, they get to the quarters. That's the best any team I think has done in this tournament so far. So Arsenal, you are currently champions of Europe for all these teams. Good for you. And then in the final league table then, for the final season, we see Manchester City winning it, Chelsea coming second, Leicester getting third. I did say this, that they could get in the top 4 in the next 5 seasons. I was talking about real life, I wasn't talking about this, but they've done it. They've got third, Liverpool in 4th, Spurs in 5th. Manchester United, 7th. Arsenal, they did quite well in Europe, but did quite poor this season. 14th place, Swansea 15th, after winning it 2 seasons ago. That's been interesting. At the bottom then, Brentford, Hull City and Reading all getting below 33 points, all getting relegated. And that is going to be this experiment done. I've done quite a long one today, making it quite long. Hopefully my commentary is getting better for you guys. If you do think it is, then make sure you smash that like button. Absolutely destroy it. That like button should turn blue, and if it's not blue, you're doing something wrong. Also, go and subscribe, turn on those notifications by ringing that bell, comment down below your favourite player, and I will see you guys later for the next experiment. Bye!